Hello everyone, welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker, he's Derek, and this is the sky. JK, this is Superliminal. Ha! You guys fought. You guys fought. I fought too. Oh, an alarm clock.
Ah, you thought.
Look, clone okay, yep. Cloning is the theme here. Um. Oh, neat. Okay. Okay, neat. So if you were to fuck up that, it would give you an option to not fuck up firearm. Does not like. Oh, neat. Alright, let me see. Oh, works for anything. Okay, okay. So that's how it
Open
works
door.
with the doors. I gotcha, I gotcha. Neat. Neat how they're changing up the level concepts. I'm uh
Yeah, definitely.
I'm big about that. Oh, that's right. I can just sit here and make a mountain of fucking alarm clocks. Okay. And then if I fail, which it looks like I'm gonna, if I don't, oh my god, let me out. Oh, I got out.
He's
Damn it.
still bent on doing that.
I was hell bent on returning the alarm clocks. Not taking them with me, I just
Oh,
wanted to return them before I left. I didn't want to leave it a mess, but I did. I'm sorry. Pull enough fire alarms. That's kind of funny. Um, one apple, huh?
you gotta say this is probably gonna be the last one for me for tonight because I am
Right.
tired.
So I'm kind of
My
confused.
work's been crazy with my hours of just like running my or like having a poor sleep schedule.
Right, right.
I
Are
gotta get
you,
up at a
it's a
reasonable time
weird time,
tomorrow.
weird time to ask, but are you able to stuff tomorrow?
Yeah,
Oh, neat. Neat.
I can the rest of this. I can really any day from now on
Oh, okay.
for the foreseeable future. It was just I had two overnights that they put me on, which I'm not supposed to normally be on.
Right, right. What do I do here, Derek?
And
What's your suggestion for this?
see, I get it off the switch.
Right. How?
Uh,
Oh, okay.
there you go. He did it.
I guess,
I suggest doing that.
yeah. That worked. That worked.
Um, I I am in fact not on for more overnights though. Uh, I was honestly surprised that they actually did the thing that I discussed that I told them to do. Like because I
Right.
told them I don't want to do overnights. Uh,
That's
they
nice of
said
them.
they said that it would just be those two, but like I just didn't believe them.
Uh, if you want to hear
Uh,
my work stuff, at this point, it's 5 weeks out. I actually do have some fun work stories. Yeah. Uh,
you know,
well, for one, this one's just really short. My manager called out like all the people that should. He call them out today because it was gonna be shitty weather. Weather was not shitty. It was very shitty, however, for all of us that were still there, as there was no one to work anything. Um, now but this story I'm about to share, I don't know if I can share the full thing yet. As of right now, I do not know what is happening with this person. Let me explain to you what's going on in the Zinker world. You know? Oh, are they gonna
all right.
this work? Hmm.
That fan seems to pose a problem.
So, Uh, there's this worker who hasn't they haven't been the best worker. Constantly
Well, I
leaving
know
their
lots of workers.
yeah, constantly leaving their spot, talking with their significant other or person they're talking to that visits them off the what they don't work there, but they just show up and visit them the whole time.
Mm.
How did I choose to ZL it? Whoa! Okay. The fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't feel like the solution.
Right. Well, I didn't think it was a solution either.
Just flood all the way down there with apple.
Yeah, but what do I do?
Well, you could try. I would make some big apples to start. Maybe you
I
can do
can't
some
choose
with
the
those.
size.
You can based off your perception.
No, I can't. I mean, I kind of can, I guess. But it always makes them smaller. Oh, you think I have to make like a real big apple? How am I gonna do that?
Get real close, or get real close to it.
Think getting real close does it?
Well, not entirely just that, but
No, it's more than just that.
I was gonna say, you stand on the other side of it, maybe. With like a lot of background. Zinker, that's exactly what you gotta do. Just stand around the other side of it.
Where, here?
No, on by the door
By the
that you
door?
came in.
How's that gonna work? It's gonna push it towards the door. I mean, it kind of works, but not really.
And say, can you?
Maybe if I
I guess
go...
you really can't.
Yeah. Boy. Anyhow, they haven't been the best of workers. We had our busiest week and recently because it was a holiday essentially. And they came up and said they were feeling sick to me. Because they're working outside. It's a little hot out, but this day wasn't actually particularly that bad. I honestly don't believe them right off the get-go. I think they're just trying to leave. But you know, I always do that in good faith because it'd be kind of shitty to not, you know, as a supervisor. I go talk to my manager, and that person rests, and you know, they eventually go out, and eventually it cools down, and it's fine, and whatever.
I don't think this is the solution.
What do you mean?
What you're doing right now?
Maybe, well, what else do you want me to do, though? That's the thing, it just, I don't have much else I can do. Just try to make as many apples as possible. Let me shoot that one. Maybe making a bunch of big apples is the solution. Look at that. Is that the last one? Problematic. There we go.
It's not getting past that fan.
I sure ain't. How do I stop the fan? I don't understand. I'm very much locked in this room. So flash forward to literally yesterday. And I am watching the whole place by myself. And it just turned 5 p.m. It just shift changed, and this person's here, and they're working their first shift at the zip line. About half an hour in, after their first ride, they call a radio code that we use that lets us know, oh, this needs to be inspected, or else bad things. That something bad happened, so the M&D has to come and inspect it. So I'm like, oh, okay. I walk over, I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, it's an unusual noise. And I'm thinking, like, it's been fine all day. It's kind of weird. But it was their first shift, so I just thought, they probably thought it was something, that it's perfectly fine. They just called it, and they were just, it's nothing. I go over, I test it, and I thought there's a little air brake that makes like a loud screechy noise, so I thought that's what it was, because it's been a while. It's been a little bit since they were trained, and they've only worked the gyroscope, really. And I look at this person after testing. I'm like, so was that the noise you heard? And they said no. I'm like, oh. That it made a weird noise. I'm like, do you know where it's coming from? And they didn't know where it's coming from exactly, which is kind of weird. But I did 2 more cycles, and I'm like, well, this is fine. Everything's perfectly fine. So I lifted that code, and like, it's actually fine. And then I went back inside because I was doing some paperwork stuff. Maybe about like, oh, no, sorry, before that, they had to go to the bathroom, so they had the gyroscope person watch it for them in the meantime. Which is fine. Sorta. They go to the bathroom a lot to use their phone, I'm pretty certain, but whatever. Then, they're not supposed to do that, by the way. I'm pretty certain they do that. Half an hour later, I get the same call from the same person that something is wrong. Now, during their bathroom break, I watched the other person that watched it go immediately do a zipline ride. And, they didn't call any sort of radio code. And it was perfectly fine for them when they did it. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of strange, but maybe they actually heard it now. I go over, and they point, they say, I heard the noise, and they said they know where they heard it from. And they point at this tower that a cable is attached to. That is just a tower. So I'm like, okay, that's a little... What the hell? Okay, I think I figured out one thing. Where the piece is. But I don't... understand what I'm supposed to do, though. Like, clearly this isn't it.
Yeah.
It's unclear, like...
You can't pick these up, I assume.
Oh, I don't... It doesn't seem like I can do much of anything with these. Oh, do I just have to roll an apple there? Is that all it is? But then, how do I...
Could be. Can you push one?
Yeah, I can push them. Oh, wait. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I honestly feel like that vent is where the extra piece is, but I'm not gonna bother trying to...
I was gonna say, that doesn't seem like there's even a good way to get up there right now.
Yeah, it's not worth trying to figure it out.
Warning. Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would not make sense regardless.
Okay, no, I think I found out where the piece is. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get there. How do I get there, though?
Let's come back for it.
That's still... Derek, what do you think? I'm a fucking loser? Jesus. I have to... Clearly, I have to bring something over with me. I was gonna say, but that didn't work. So now what do I do? Do I literally just keep building the sign path? That didn't really help me. What if I go like this?
No, I haven't seen how it does.
Well, that kind of helped. But not exactly the way I'd like it to.
Yeah, close.
Yeah. But the piece is right there. How do I get it? There's gotta be something I can clone. Or something. Anyhow, so this person called me over again, and, you know, they point at this thing that's, like, clearly not causing an issue. I get a little sus, keeping in mind that they tried to leave early, the other one. And I test it, I'm like, it's perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with it, but I do another 2 cycles, and then, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna... There's people waiting in line that this person is spooking out at this point, to go on the zip line, because they're like, oh, yeah, it's making this weird noise. You need to, you know. So I decide, all right. Jesus Christ. Oh. I didn't quite do what I wanted. So is there any way to make that like big, or am I just stacking like that? Okay, yeah, I guess I just stack like that. I see there's a door behind it. Am I going behind that door? No, it looks like I'm just climbing over. Okay, no difference. And I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of strange.
Attention, Dr.
No,
Pierce continues
I'm
to
past
input
that.
significant errors.
I
will
so
interpret his basic ideas. Hello, my introduction.
I decided to put these people on.
I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake. I can help you, but I also do not know how. Transmission ends.
Okay.
Seemed helpful.
I do these people myself, and I'm thinking like, yeah, this person I'm pretty presumptive. I'm like, this person is clearly just trying to get this whole attraction closed to leave. At this point, that is what I've determined. And I do the ride of people on it, and then I hear a noise that's a cable scraping across the metal, which is usual.
Hello.
But then I look at this person like, oh, hold on.
To the Somnosculpt Welcome Experience, team of your care leader, patient years 10 development. Conditions struggle you whatever with? Professional invention. Edge science with cutting, a tomorrow can bright. And buts, no ifs, or luck good.
Damn, I didn't quite catch that. So I hear that noise. It's usual, but I look at them. Is that the noise? And I'm like, that, but longer and louder. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's usual. I felt kind of bad. I'm like, oh, I was kind of well, because I didn't say anything to them, of course, but I was thinking in my head, oh, that's kind of shitty. I mean, they were just they actually heard something. It's just because they're new. Which, you know, I mean, not their fault. I don't think they heard that during training. So, I'm like, yeah, that's usual. The zipline's completely fine. And then, after I put on those people, I turned it back over to them, went to the office. I'm like, wow, I feel kind of like a shit. Felt bad. That was until 15 minutes later they came in and said they were feeling sick. And then I was like, oh! okay. So, you, I'm like, what's wrong? They're like, I feel nauseous with a stomach ache. It's beautiful out. Perfect temperature. Not hot at all.
Yeah,
It was cloudy yesterday.
that's quite a bit of percent of loading.
Yeah, it's really loading a lot. Yeah. So what I do is I'm like, all right. Would sitting down for a little bit help you out? They say sure. I'm like, why don't you go to the break room and sit down for a little bit? I know they're fucking making it up at this point.
Yeah.
Without a fucking doubt in my mind, they made it so clear by, have we been waking up in a different suite each time?
Oh, maybe. By the way, I probably shouldn't start another one.
We're not going to.
Good. I'm just making sure. 'Cause I'm real tired.
We might take a quick little preview of this next area. But the episode ends like in 4 minutes, so.
Okay.
If we have to redo a little bit, we have to redo a little bit. It's fine.
What color parts?
Yeah, looks nice in this room. Can I go in here? Ooh. What's down here? Okay, and I just sit in the office, I think. Because I know this person's bullshitting. They just called 2 radio codes about how their attraction, that was perfectly fine both times, was, making an unusual noise. Almost like they really wanted it to not be clear if we found the issue with it, and that maybe we should shut it down, which was not going to happen. And when that failed, just came and just told me they were sick. So I sent them up to the break room to sit. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do. I should note this person looked miserable, too. Not that I feel any pity, but just, like, they clearly didn't want to be there at Zipline. At least I noticed this when I was testing it the second time. I just came to the conclusion, well, if they don't want to be here, I'm just gonna send them home. And I'll just fucking figure it out. Because it's not even worth it. It's not worth keeping them around. So I did. I sent them. I'm like, yeah. Actually, first I went up and talked with them one more time. Upstairs the break room, and they were starting to come down. And I'm like, how are you feeling? And like, you know, they like do the little hand wave thing, like, eh. And I'm like, do you want to switch to carousel? It's inside and better. And they like, kind of like just stop talking. This is what we offered last time, Sunday, by the way. And then that person wanted to switch to emissions, as opposed to being outside in the sun. But we couldn't do that because it was just too busy. And they never did it before. But I'm like, hey, you want to go to the carousel? I wasn't gonna put them in missions because we have to assign that person a cash bag and unnecessary. Also, I knew they were fucking full of it, so I'm not sending them to where they want to be. And they're like, I don't want to uke everywhere. I'm like, oh, sure, okay. Why don't you just go home? Because I don't care. I have a trainer and a trainee there. So I have a coverage for that person's thing, and I figure it out. It's fine. So I send them home. And, yeah. I had a talk with my manager, and, we'll see. I can't go into details what we've done, I don't think. Just in case this person comes back, because they're able to. But, he came up with a way where the problem might just take care of itself. But I was basically just like, you can just get rid of this person as far as I'm concerned. They're just not good, and I might be a little presumptuous in that they did a bad with the zipline thing. That maybe it was all just bad coincidence, but I really don't think so. They've done bad elsewhere that I don't really care. They clearly don't want to be here. Well, at our work. At least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can
I
say.
got plenty of coworkers that are like that
Yeah,
all the time.
it's stupid. It's real stupid.
Mm.
But we don't need people like that right now. We have plenty of staff. I mean, we could use a little more, but we're not like understaffed by any means for this pandemic. So,
Yeah.
I would cut them. I hope they get cut. I don't know if we legally can, because I didn't have anything specific that I could be like, yeah. I don't know. Next time on Speletons, everyone. Hope you guys are enjoying Superliminal. We'll pick right back up from this spot whenever we do this
More or less.
next. Which will be like, who knows when, because this is enough for a month plus of this series, so...
Yeah.
5 episodes. Alright, bye-bye, guys. Thanks for watching.